What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another review. Welcome back to my Harry Potter series of reviews, guys. That is right. If you haven't seen yet, I did review the first two Harry Potter movies with my brother Cody, Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets. Those reviews are in the playlist. And now, I gotta finish up these Harry Potter reviews because Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald comes out next month. Now I'm reviewing the third film in the franchise, and that is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Not directed by Chris Columbus, who directed the first two. Now Alfonso Cuarón, the director of Gravity, steps in the director's chair. And it stars Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, Emma Watson, Alan Rickman, Maggie Smith, and Gary Oldman as Sirius Black. In Harry's third year at Hogwarts, he's had enough living with the Dursleys, and so he moves out of there and goes back to Hogwarts by taking the night bus. We find out that Sirius Black has escaped Azkaban prison, and he is out to kill Harry Potter. These cloaked ghost beings called Dementors are hunting Hogwarts too, looking for Sirius Black. And Harry's on this adventure again with Ron and Hermione, and this might be the scariest and haunting entry in the series. Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets did a great job of building the world of Hogwarts, getting us invested with the characters of Harry, Ron, Hermione, Hagrid, Professor Dumbledore, Professor Snape, just getting us invested into the world that J.K. Rowling has so created. And now with Prisoner of Azkaban, you don't have to set up the world. We love these characters already. It's time for a serious, dark adaptation in the series. And Chamber of Secrets did that very well. But Prisoner of Azkaban was the biggest, most mature film in the franchise. It's still rated PG, but this is where Alfonso Cuarón, who directed Gravity, great director, has stepped in and really brought his own vision to the franchise. And he succeeded. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban is one of the best films in this franchise, and this has been my favorite film in the franchise for a long time. And this film came out in 2004, a great year for movies. This, The Incredibles, and Spider-Man 2, those three films dominated the box office, and this film did everything that I wanted for a Harry Potter film. It fleshed the characters out even more. It was a darker film, and it's a little funnier, and it's a serious entry that really goes on a great journey. I absolutely love Harry in this film. Daniel Radcliffe gives a phenomenal performance. And for Harry's character in the film, the first two movies, he's living with the Dursleys, and the Dursleys are awful human beings to him in the first two movies, and he just takes that abuse. He never stands up for himself. Prisoner of Azkaban, he has enough with their shit. Completely stands up for himself. One of my favorite scenes in the movie where this horrible old lady comes to their house is Anne, and he blows her up with magic. She blows up into a huge balloon, and then she flies off into the air. That's one of the best scenes in the movie by far. Harry's personality has changed. He's grown up into this teenager in his third year, has had enough with the Dursley shit, and so he's moving out. And then the cinematography brings us to the night bus sequence. The night bus is so entertaining, such a great scene. I love the music, the score by John Williams. So sad this was the last score he composed. Rupert Grint as Ron Weasley, again, is fantastic, and Emma Watson as Hermione Granger. Her character, too, goes through a lot in this film, and she's also had enough of shit going her way. And if you know the backstory of Hermione Granger, she's a mudblood. Her parents are non-magic. And Draco Malfoy in this movie, he is such an asshole. And the best scene by far, the most satisfying scene, is seeing Hermione punch Draco in the face after the "you filthy mudblood." Yeah, Hermione's had enough of that shit. But the main thing I wanted to talk about with Prisoner of Azkaban is the character of Sirius Black, played by Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman is so fantastic as Sirius Black. One of my favorite characters in the franchise. In Sirius Black, in Prisoner of Azkaban, you find out all the things he's done and everything, that he's in Asgard prison and he's trying to murder Harry Potter. Harry thinks that Sirius Black is the one who got his parents killed. And you find out towards the end that he is innocent, and he's just the nicest of people to Harry, and their relationship has really blossomed throughout the series. And he's one of my favorite characters, in all honesty, and Gary Oldman gives a great performance as the character. Michael Sarrazin's cinematography is flawless. One of my favorite shots in this movie is the Hogwarts Express when it's raining and it's riding across the lake. One of the most gorgeous shots in the film, and that's where the Dementor scene hits. That Dementor scene scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. When the Dementors are going on the Hogwarts train and they see Harry and Harry gets attacked by the Dementor. Just how fucking scary these creatures are. The way they suck your soul and go... I gotta give props to Alfonso Cuarón. His direction is fantastic. I love this new flair that he brought to the series that Chris Columbus didn't really bring. That is mature. It's a very mature film. And Cuarón, we know he's a beautiful visual director in what he did with Gravity, but the way he told this story and making it more realistic is something great, and he's one of the best directors in the franchise for sure. Seeing Buckbeak get introduced, Hagrid and all that, there's such an emotional part with Buckbeak, but the best scene by far is Harry flying Buckbeak. The beautiful score by John Williams, the cinematography, just makes us so interested in the scene. Buckbeak, the way they try to make it look like Buckbeak died, that certain scene, so heartbreaking, but they find a way to bring him back. And I love the scene at the end where Sirius flies off with Buckbeak. It's just a great moment because Sirius, he's been so great to Harry, and it's just a perfect way for him to find a way out of it. The last film, Chamber of Secrets, was Richard Harris's last performance as Dumbledore before he died, and now we have Michael Gambon stepping into the role. And honestly, I think Michael Gambon is the best Dumbledore. And I know in Prisoner of Azkaban, people can complain about him being too yelly. I disagree. He's such a great Dumbledore, and he's just intimidating. He's got a great presence to him, but he's a very caring Dumbledore. David Thewlis as Professor Lupin, underrated character in the series. Underrated. Nobody talks about Lupin. And he's such a great character. I really love Lupin, his story, his backstory, and all that. It's great. And to see Lupin leave at the end, it's just really sad. And then he comes back for Deathly Hallows Part 1. We also get the introduction to the Marauders map in the movie. The Marauders map is an item that I would love to have. The invisibility cloak is one of them. The Marauders map, this shit is so cool. The way the Marauders map just tracks anybody on the Marauders map, and there's a really great scene where Harry thinks Snape is coming at one point. He's trying to find Peter Pettigrew, but Snape ends up catching him, and it's just a really cool scene. I really want the Marauders map because it's one of those items that in today's world I could use. So, for Prisoner of Azkaban, we've talked about Sirius Black, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, all the characters, Marauders map, Dementors. What else is there to talk about? The final act. The final act is some great shit. Sirius Black is a dog, Lupin as a werewolf. That fight scene they have is so great, and the special effects really do hold up today, 14 years later. It's just fantastic stuff. And then we finally see Peter Pettigrew. He has been Scabbers all along, Ron's rat the whole entire time, and Peter Pettigrew was the one who betrayed Harry's parents and got them murdered by Voldemort. And he ends up going to Azkaban prison. There's one point in the movie where you think everything all is lost for Harry. And the final scene with the Dementors and Sirius Black about to die. And then Harry and Sirius ultimately dies. You think that's the ending? Really? Nope. They use time travel, baby. Hermione learns this time travel spell, and then they go all the way back in time, baby. They do the events of the last act all over again, and the way they did that whole entire scene was so well done, incredibly well directed by Alfonso Cuarón, and the score by John Williams all leads up to the final Expecto Patronum! My favorite moment in the entire Harry Potter series, John Williams score, John Williams, Please come back, baby. Prisoner of Azkaban is a masterpiece. If you haven't seen this movie in a while, please rewatch it. It is one of the best installments in the franchise, one of the most mature in the franchise, and a starting point to greatness from the franchise. Sorcerer's Stone was a good movie. Chamber of Secrets was a little better, but they're not perfect movies. Prisoner of Azkaban is a perfect movie. It's a damn great installment in the series, and it just gets better and better from here on forth. On my rating scale, of course, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban gets a 5 out of 5 stars. This is a damn great movie. Alright guys, that was my review for Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. If you guys seen it, let me know all your thoughts down below. Do you love Prisoner of Azkaban? Do you think it's overrated? Do you not love it? Let me know all your thoughts down below. Stay tuned to the next one in the series that I will be reviewing. That is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Thank you guys as always for watching this review, and if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe today for more content. All my social media links are in the description down below. Click that notification bell on your way out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!